Hello everyone and welcome to Politics Today on Channels Television. I'm Sheung Wakimbaloye. As the big day beckons, excitement is swelling across the nation and in fact around the world for Nigeria. The clock is counting down towards one of the most anticipated moments in our nation's history, when hundreds of thousands of visitors were streaming to Abuja, the nation's capital, for the May 29 inaugural ceremony of a new government. Anxious military reservists have been poring over plans for months, and thousands of police are being drafted in as security blanket descent on our dear country. At this inspiring journey that so many are still awaiting, the Goodluck and Buhari teams began the delicate transition until inauguration. Both parties have one eye on history books as the outgoing presidential transition team brushes the epilogue and the arriving one prepares the prologue of their own story. As Buhari steps into history with an unflinching quest to situate Nigeria among the Committee of Nations, the celebration will be tempered by the daunting challenges. Lest we forget that Nigeria, he led in 1985, is different from the one he will be leading from Friday onwards. As a military man, Buhari could get things done by fire. As a Democrat, he will need to go through the National Assembly to get a simple budget passed. He needs also to lobby to make laws for the good people of Nigeria. The masses will expect a miracle, as the president-elect has reiterated during his campaign that he would completely turn around the affairs of the country in just a few months. Based on that change and the miracle Nigerians are expecting, and the change the party actually talked about, and based on that fact, some Nigerians voted. A major question now on many Nigerians' lips is Buhari ready for these realities and the burdens of expectations when he eventually takes over office? Again, what solution would he prefer to the many challenges facing the country currently? Would he do differently from the outgoing administration? Are the transition team asking the right questions or making the right demands? How will Jonathan be remembered? These are the unanswered questions the co-chairs of the transition committees will be hoping to answer. And of course, we've taken on some of them on the program tonight. Joining us tonight is the spokesperson of the All Progressives Congress and a member of the transition committee, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, who will be joining us from our Abuja studio. We also spoke with the chair of the 2015 Presidential Inauguration Planning Committee and the secretary to the government of the Federation, Senator Pius Ayim, secretary to the government of the Federation. Well, let's quickly take a turn to history books and let's take a look at how these old things panned out. The leaders in Nigeria before now, who are they and how it all came to be from 1998, 1999, up to this very moment. There you go. The president had the vice presidents we've had in the past years. Let's take a look at them. Yeah, for example, from the 8th of June 1998 to 29th of May 1999 was President Major General Abdul Salam Abubakar. That was a man who led that transition program. He was helped at that time by the Chief of General Staff, Rear Admiral Mike Hahibe. And from that moment, there was an election, and who became president? He was the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, who became president, and he was the vice president at that time, who was Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who you remember what happened in Adamawa election before he was beckoned on to by the party to say, come over and help and be the running mate to Olusegun Obasanjo. And from this moment, it was actually 29th of May 1999 up till 2007, 2 terms that President Olusegun Obasanjo had from 1999 to 2003 and from 2003 up to 2007. And again, from 2007, who do we have? Is the former president and, of course, the late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. And his vice then was Goodluck Jonathan. And that was that tenure actually with him was from 2007 to 5th May 2010. And from then, President Goodluck Jonathan actually took over the affairs and was re-elected was elected actually as a president at the election of 2011, which of course he did that office up to the election of 2015, where he was vice president. There was actually Namadi Sambo. And both of these men will be handing over officially this Friday, this coming Friday, to the president-elect and the vice president-elect, the party, the change of hands from the PDP onto the APC. Now, the people that we'll be seeing now from a new party, different from the ruling party, the PDP we've seen in the past. Muhammadu Buhari, you remember that man who was a military president, a head of state rather, in 1983, who took over power from the then president Shehu Shagari, and his vice president-elect is Professor Yemi Oshibajo. They will be inaugurated on the 29th of May 2015. And look at it. It's going to be a historic moment for Nigeria. And you know what you saw at the election of 2015 from March 28th and that of April 11th. Several weeks, Channels Television kept you informed. We brought you all the details and we brought you all those moments that you love to see. You remember those selfies that you sent to us during those elections. I know that some of you are still relishing those moments of those elections. We brought to you the details of the elections of 2015, and we will not do less than what we did for you at those moments. In the inauguration ceremony coming this week, Thursday and Friday, Channels Television will be live, and we'll be bringing you the details and pictures, the images of those events that will be happening at the nation's capital. And of course, everywhere across the country where new government is going to be inaugurated, and we'll be seeing handing over from one administration onto another. So in essence, President Goodluck Jonathan will be handing over officially to President-elect Muhammadu Buhari, who says from that moment on he will be dropping the title general, which of course is generating some controversy. A legal practitioner in Nigeria, Barrister Ebwade Buruwa, is saying that he cannot drop that general. That's another debate for another day. Well, from that moment, Channels Television will bring you all those details that you will love to see. So keep a date with us. Thursday, Friday, we'll be live here to give you all those. Well, let's go on to the issues of today. We'll be looking at the transition program from Jonathan to Buhari's administration. What has been the performance, the expectations, and of course, what will Nigerians be hoping to see? We'll be linking up with the spokesperson of the APC and also a strong member of the transition committee in Abuja on the show. But before then, I sat down to talk and speak with the Secretary to the Government of the Federation and the former Senate President, Senator Pius Ayim. In this interview, he spoke to us about the plan of the Jonathan administration, what they have on ground to hand over to the incoming Buhari government, and of course, what the legacies are for Jonathan's government. Take a look.